G'day, let's have a look at this new WUBEN G5 Light. Yeah, this is an EDC type light, obviously really small light, fits in your hand, and it's made to be carried with you wherever you go. But by saying that, and by it being so small, it doesn't mean that you have to sacrifice any performance for it. This is a 400 lumen white light, and then we also have RGB light on there as well. Alright, so before we look at all the features and do a bit of an overview, I just want to actually firstly compare the size of this. So here we've got an egg, and you can just see that is basically the size of an egg. Just to get a scale, it's really nice and small, so that fits in your pocket, no problem at all. It doesn't take up really much room at all. Let's have a look at the casing of it first. Now this one here specifically is in black. They come in different colors, and the whole body is a nice metal frame which has a really nice feel to it. It feels really nice in the hand. All of these edges here you can see are beveled and nice and smooth, so there's no sharp edges. It's actually really comfortable to hold in the hand. And there's actually a lot of features to it. This is just action packed. So I'll maybe start at the top and let's work our way down. So up the top, you've got the two LED emitters. So on the right, you've got the white light, and then on the left, you've got that RGB. And now this whole head here actually swivels. So you can turn it just over 90 degrees this way, go all the way back and turn it 90 degrees that way. So you get this full range of motion with that head. And it does have that little lock position when it's straight. So it does kind of lock in place, and you can hear it nice positively click. And it's got quite a bit of resistance to it, so obviously easy to move, but enough resistance that it's not going to move on its own. So we've got the head there. Then on the side here, that is the actual on and off button. So you press that once to turn the light on, and then as that's turned on, you can see you've got this little wheel on the side with an up and down arrow. So as you scroll up and down, the color of that LED changes. So instead of shining that right at the camera, I might shine it down here, and you can see that color. Actually, it's probably hard. Let's do it this way. There we go. And you can see that color change. So it's a really nice smooth motion. Doesn't have any steps in it, but really nice to kind of click. And it just spins all the way through, so you can keep circling or cycling through those colors. So when you're in RGB, that changes the color. But then if you hold that on and off button, you will go to white light. And in white light, that wheel changes the intensity. So you can go from very dim, which is 2 lumens, so kind of your moonlight, very low light. You can then just scroll all the way up to maximum, which is those 400 lumens. And you can see when you reach the maximum, it just does that little blink just so it tells you you've reached it, so you don't keep scrolling. And likewise, when you reach the minimum as well, it will give you that little flash just to tell you that you've reached it. And then you press it again to turn it off. So we'll go through those modes a little bit more in detail. But either way, you've got the wheel and the on and off switch there. Coming down, you've got this little slider on the side. So that just acts as a locking mechanism. So if it's in lock mode, you can press that button, on off button, and it won't do anything. You need to actually slide this up to that next little light button there, and then you can go and start operating it. And likewise with this, if you push it all the way forward, you've got USB-C charging, which is fantastic. I think USB-C should be the way to go on everything these days, so that's good to see. Then we come down the bottom, I've got a little magnet, so you can chuck this obviously on any magnetic surface, and that will stick. And that magnet is a really nice and strong magnet. It holds it really well. Coming around up this way, we've got a little belt clip, so you can see that actions upwards, got this nice pivot to it. But the really cool thing about this is what you can do is you can actually pull it forward. So there you go, you can see that pulls forward, and then you can actually turn it. So you can just rearrange that belt clip, so now it sits on the side, and then it locks itself in place, and then it won't on its own slide forward. You've got to then actually grab it, pull it forward again a little bit, and pivot it. And likewise, that will also go this way here as well. So that is really useful. What I found I do is grab a hat, and you can actually just click that onto a hat, and now you've got a hat light. Now this is really cool because obviously that'll shine forward, but the cool feature of this head is you can then tip it down. So if you've got this on your head, you're working on something close to you. Let's just do a quick demo, turn that on. So we've got the light. You can turn it on. The cap doesn't cover that scroll wheel, so that's nice. You can still adjust it. But again, if you're working something really nice and low, you just shine that down. But if you're walking or out and want to see something out in the distance, then you just pivot that forward, and the cap will shine the light straight forward. So that's a really, really cool feature that you can do. And now the other thing with this is as well that I've actually found doing is you can pivot this sideways like that, and then just clip this onto your belt. So this will sit on the outside of your pants. Let's pretend that's the belt, clipped onto the belt, push this forward, and then when you're walking, this light just actually illuminates everything in front of you. So that is also a really cool feature. And the nice thing there is you can see that's 90 degrees, but you can actually go a little bit lower. So maybe another 10 degrees lower. So that is good when you're walking, if you actually want to shine it kind of down closer to you so you can illuminate that. So that's just a couple of uses that I've actually found with this belt clip, changing it over. I haven't used the belt clip this way because it just kind of sticks out a little bit, and obviously the profile of the light doesn't match it that well, but it kind of is tucked away really nicely. So either way, chuck it to the side, nice and easy, and then you've got that clip. There are also some grooves down here as well, so you can mount this to maybe a tripod or something that has those grooves there. All right, that's pretty much it, and then we make our way back up to the top. So that's a nice overview of the actual physical structure of the light, and now we can just do some beam shots. So you can see if I turn it on just with that button, then you can scroll through and you've got those different colors, and then you also have a beacon mode. So if you then double press that button, whatever color you're on, that will just then start flashing, and then you've got that beacon there. You can't actually change anything with the scroll when you're in beacon, but you can press that button again to go back out. So then let's say we want a red beacon. Actually, it's probably not going to show up on camera that well. Let's go with this blue one. So you're on that beacon, double press it, and then again, or you're on that color, double press it, and you've got that beacon. It does also have other color beacons. So you saw when I double pressed it there, it will then change to this multicolor beacon as well. So there's a few of those. It's really nicely laid out in the instructions. When you actually go through this, it's got this whole step process to actually what you click, how many times you click it, and what different mode it'll go into. So it is quite a lot. I think it's got 82, something like that, 82. No, I can't see it here, but it's got a lot of different modes that you can actually scroll through. So all of these different ones, and then a lot of them you can do dimming as well. So it can take a minute for you to get familiar with this and just figure out the interface, but once you do, it's pretty straightforward. And mentioning that, it also comes with a USB charging cable and a little clip there as well. So you can a little ring, so you can use the lanyard, and the lanyard itself just goes through this little channel down the bottom here. So you can put that on and then use the nice lanyard as well. But I find the lanyard is just a little bit big, so I haven't really used it with that, as I've just had it as a bit of an EDC light without that. So that's nice. All right, so doing some beam shots outside here, just in the backyard. You can see it's complete darkness, and then you can turn the light on, and then you've got that adjustment, so you can turn the brightness up and down. And just looking around, you can see this just really just lights up everything that you need to see for quite a few meters. So this will be strong enough for really anything that you're using, except for really long distance stuff. Obviously, you want proper spotlights there, but this is more of a floodlight than a spotlight. So kind of somewhere in between, which is actually a really nice one. But then you can also change it, and then you've got this RGB. So again, you can kind of scroll through those different colors, and that's a nice thing there. All right, so I'm really happy with this light. This is just the perfect size, the perfect brightness, and the form factor is really nice and super useful with actually being able to change that clip around. So I'll put links down below. You can buy this on WUBEN's official site, or you can buy it on Amazon as well. Check down below, I've got a discount code as well. When you buy this on Amazon, you can get an extra few % off, so definitely worth checking out. And if you use those links, that just supports the channel, so that's very much appreciated because it lets me keep these videos coming. All right, if you liked it, hit that like button, subscribe button if you want to see more of this sort of stuff. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a good one.